folks, how are y'all doing? My name is Rees, and welcome back to our Tekkit 2 Let's Play Adventure, and Merry Christmas to you all. Yeah, that's the thing. We're just gonna have to live with it until the holiday season is over. But today, folks, we've been messing with bees and trees and bigger trees and baths and trains, but it's time to get back into the Tekkit of Tekkit 2. It's time to build the long-rumored, the long-discussed UU Matter facility. UU Matter to me, let me tell you, we've got to build some place to generate UU Matter, and I say build someplace. We could just as easily just expand the UU Matter production we have going on down here. I don't know how. I do like the idea that we had, though, of having each one individually powered by its own solar panel, so that each one, at least during the day, would have all this excess energy, and then maybe hooking them up to some type of battery system where there's some extra panels and they trickle charge, and then they kind of still run at night. But the fact is, we've worked ourselves into a corner here. You know, or rather, Brashiatka worked us into a corner here. There's not really anywhere to expand, so we probably should just move operation, or we stack. We put more machines on top of here, and then more pipes and everything. But that kind of seems like no, we're not doing that. We're going to build a separate facility for UU Matter. One where we can run our own solar panels and have its own dedicated grid and everything. Maybe. I don't know about that. I'm still not sure if that's actually what we're going to do. Because it's not like we're close to running out of available power. I don't remember if we ever did the math on this, but doesn't this thing... How much power does this output? The output of this is 32,768. Let's get out our handy-dandy calculator on a phone here. We're going to type in 32,768, and we're going to divide that by 512. 64 is the maximum number of UU Matter machines we could have running, all drawing power from the PESU. But the issue you run into there is that you're going to be in a situation where that's all of your power and you don't have enough power for anything else. Because those things run full bore all of the time, right? Those things always consume the maximum high voltage output you can provide to them, if I'm not mistaken. And I could very well be mistaken, but they're high voltage machines. I've actually never checked. I don't know how much power they use. They might use the full power. I guess the easiest way to check would be to just grab ourselves a UU meter. That's right there. I was really trying to stretch that out. Here we go. That's a poor example, because there's also power going down here. What I was thinking, though, was if we... Actually, can we read this? Yeah, let's just read this exactly. Yeah. 512 in, 512 out. It's consuming the maximum amount of power. So what that means is that it really does make sense to get it on its own network, where we can expand infinitely, where if we have a solar panel for each of these, that's what we would be able to do. We would be able to expand infinitely. How much power, by the way, does an MFSU store? That's a lot of power. That's a big number. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 zeros. 10 million EU. Okay, we'll divide that by 512 EU per tick. That's 19,531 ticks. There's 20 ticks in a second, so divide that by 20, and then divide that by 60 seconds in a minute. That's enough to run a machine about 16 minutes. Based on my math that I just did, I gave it one pass, and I didn't verify any of it, but that's enough to get us through a night. So if we have a full MFSU... Interesting. Okay, I'm trying to theorize and speculate how we're going to get this thing set up and running. And also where we're going to put it, because we need somewhere where we can run the power and have direct access to the sky. Because that'll be the big issue, won't it? Is when the sun sets... Or actually, no, I'm sorry, I'm just saying random words. During the day, you want the sun to hit the solar panels, and I don't think you can have anything above them. I think if you put glass or something above them, they don't work anymore. I might be wrong. We're going to check. Oh, gosh darn it. Well, we'll have to go to bed first. But we'll go ahead and get this thing set up. Let's grab some glass. We'll do the white stained, because that's kind of what we've done here. But what we'll do is we'll have that come out over the solar panel here. And, yeah, then we'll go to bed, because we're not going to know until we go to bed. Okay, so here's where our little experiment is running. And as the sun comes up, we'll see this one over here. That is what falling off looks like. This one. Oh, okay. It kind of looks like it doesn't matter with the glass. Let's build up quite a bit of glass and verify for sure, though, that that is in fact the case. We should have already known this! We should have already known this, because if we come over here and we look in the basement, there's solar panels down there that work, and actually, we could just generate UU matter in the basement down there. Because we don't do anything else down there anymore, and that's where, ironically, that's where we used to, I mean, I don't know if irony is the right word there, but funnily enough, that's where we used to generate UU matter. Before moving and expanding UU matter production up top here, we originally started generating it in the basement. Now, there used to also be a nuclear reactor down there, but that no longer exists, and quite honestly, we don't really need it anymore. You know what? I forgot that, isn't there a secret ladder or something around here that'll, yeah, right there, it takes you up and down? Because this place was built by Brashiat Cub, you know, thinking wisely into the future at a time where you might lose your ring or your pack or whatever. You're gonna need a way to get around, especially if you're somehow stranded in the place. That's brilliant, and we did not do that with that tower. There's no way to get around that tower without either being able to fly or teleport, but teleporting only gets you to the factory floor or the penthouse, the never visited penthouse that is here. Lovely place, though. Let's clean this up. Let's clean this place up. I don't remember what this was for. I think there was a creeper in here at one point. There's not anymore. There's no more creepers, so I think there's a plan to maybe collect all the animals or something ridiculous. We don't need this anymore either. None of this is particularly useful. We're not doing any of this nonsense anymore. This is going to create all kinds of messes. I just break all of this and items go spewing all over the place. Hopefully some of this can be condensed. I know some of it can't. What can't be condensed? Okay, all the uranium and all the cells can be. Everything that can't be condensed, though, might have a use and function and purpose somewhere later on down the line. Not the refined uranium. I don't need that. I might need that. Who knows? We might find a use for that. I'm just spam clicking, by the way. Oh god, there's still so much more. There's so much more. I don't know why I thought when I got off that screen I'd be surrounded by, like, empty space. But no, there's still... You know what? Here's what we're going to do. It pains me to do this as well. But I'm going to go ahead and say all of that goes in the bye-bye bag. I think there's more of it down here as well. Yeah. It sucks, you know, and I'm sure that we could probably find a way to make use of it in the future. But... I don't see when or how or why, so it's easier to just get rid of it and condense all of this. I even broke the machines. We're not going back. We're not rebuilding this nuclear reaction chamber or whatever it is. We don't need it. We're full on the solar hype train now. In fact, there's still a part of me that thinks I might want to build the ultimate hybrid solar panel because it does generate power at night, and that might be useful. Just kind of cut that off right there and call that a day. Pleased with that. If I charge this up, can I just... Really? Oh, so this is going to be like a little bit of a pain in the neck is what you're saying. We don't know that yet. We don't know that yet. We need to maybe try it with the destruction catalyst that's right in front of me. There it is. This might get us somewhere. Yeah, there we go. What is in that chest? Well, I suppose if we ever wanted to get into selling nuclear energy, we could do that. What? Oh, okay, yeah, we can take out the glass but not the reinforced stone. Sure, that makes perfect sense. I can manually break it, though? Oh my gosh. Hold on. Oh, you can't... Can you charge this thing up? Why does it work on that? Why did it work on that and not the glass? Why does this one work up here? Did I even have it? I had it charged up, so I know that's not the problem. Okay, well, unfortunately, while filling in all the cracks in the floor, I used up all the basalt, not only that I'd already mined up, but that I had in here to spare, which is problematic, because I don't know where to get more basalt. Does any form of basalt have an EMC value? It kind of looks like the answer to that is no. Basalt cobblestone does, and wait, hold on. basalt. Do I have basalt? Oh, wait, hold on, go back. What have we got here? We got regular basalt, we got basalt cobblestone, we got basalt brick. I think what I want is regular basalt, and then can I turn it into French 2? Yeah, French 2. There we go. Alright, well, I don't know why it doesn't have... Because normally when you use the chisel on something, it still has an EMC value, so I don't know what is going wrong there. But what matters is... Gonna get the floor fixed. Finally, because the floor's been broken for a long time. I guess ever since that thing went off, there's been just a hole in the floor here. Also, I don't know about this green lighting anymore so much, now that we are, you know, no longer doing nuclear things down here. We might need to do away with that. We're also gonna need more basalt. Yep, definitely made the right choice going for 2 stacks. We're going to fill all this into, and eventually we're going to... all we really need left over here is a single line going to power all of these teleporters. I don't even know where the power's coming from anymore. Is all of this being powered off of these medium voltage solar panels? Because they're about to be taken down. I guess it doesn't matter. If so, that's not a huge issue. You know, we can just have the high voltage ones we move down here be also tied into this system over here. But I mean, what is that really, like, keeping running over here these days? The teleporters, which are nice and we need, but then also I guess that's running the murder machine. Is the murder machine still going? Yeah, good. See, that's problematic to me, because I don't know where that goes. The only tip that I have that's not even regular basalt is when I look at it, it says just chisel instead of French 2. It doesn't specify. So you can kind of follow the directions it goes in. You can kind of continue to track it if you're willing to just kind of look around until you find that. And then you can sort of see where it branches off to. What, ridiculous, though. Ridiculous. Yep, that was going to make a mess. I knew that. Let's move these both over here if we can. Oh, these will open, but these won't, huh? Is that what you're telling me? Fine. Eventually I'm going to have to figure out what to do with all of these quad uranium cells, but today, thankfully, is not going to end up being that day. Perfect! A problem for later, tucked away in the wall, just like we like it. How are you? You're going to run empty eventually if we start using these teleporters and things. Speaking of, let's start using these teleporters and things. We're going to head up to home upstairs, and because UU matter is kind of purple, or is it more pink, really, if we look at UU matter? It's purple. It's definitely purple. Oh, son of a gun. Are you charged down? Yeah, good. Where do you take me? Not where I want to go. Hold on. This'll take me back to here. Yeah. We're going to swap out all of the green for purple, because that's more UU matter-esque. Hot dang! It's amazing how just a little color change can completely change the feel of a place. I feel like this is giving big UU matter energy now, which I love. We are going to move this bed. This bed was important back when it was created to help pass the time while working down here, so we're not going to get rid of the bed, but the bed is going to be tucked away in a corner out of sight and out of mind. Keep it over there. Now we have to kind of figure out, you know what? This is probably the reason why we have so many lag issues. We have so many, like, world spikes all throughout the universe, and we don't monitor any of them. Look, there's one right here. There was 2 right next to each other. Both of them are currently not doing anything, and that's fine. We'll keep them back there for now. We gotta figure out how to lay this place out and how we're gonna do this. So, we need something that can be broken easily and cleaned up quickly. And I'm thinking sand? Okay. Is that sandstone? Hold on. Go back. Nope. Sand and gravel are perfect for this task, because we are going to plot out exactly how we're going to do this. Solar panel, MFSU, machine, right? How about that? How's that work? And then we can fit 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 right inside of this space. 16 if we want to go with one right here. But let's say 14. So that's a little bit less than double, just right there. And then we can have another bank, and another bank, and another bank, and another bank, and just keep going all the way across here. Okay, so that's an issue. If we decided to do them like this, when we got to the middle, they would be butting up against each other. But if we skip the middle so that we have a clear walkway anyway, then we could do something along these lines here. There we go. So we can have 6 banks total to either side, and then a clear walkway through the middle, the only place you'd ever really want to walk. And I kind of like the way that this is starting to shape up. I think this is what we'll do. We'll have to figure out the lighting situation down here. Maybe have rows of purple lights between each grid. I like that idea. We can also shrink this down. We could have it be a lot smaller. We can have them be actually perfectly up and down, now that I think about it. Would make way more sense. We could pack them in way more efficiently. That's how we have things set up already, now that I think about it. So we have, if this is the mass fabricator, on top of that's the MFSU even, and then on top of that is the solar panel, and then you only need, well, you still need somewhere to extract the items from, unless we extracted them from the bottom, in which case, cable, MFSU, or sorry, no, hold on, solar panel, MFSU, mass fabricator, cable. That could work, assuming they can extract from the bottom, and I think that they can. I don't see why not. Oh, but you gotta deal with scrap, though. You have to have scrap being piped around places. How do we currently have it set up? Hold on, let's go to the factory real quick. Is the penthouse? No, we can go to the factory here. It might have been faster to go to the penthouse. If you go out of the penthouse and then you zoom down, I don't know, you might get here a little bit faster than what we're currently doing. I'm trying to remember how this is laid out. So currently, it's 2 blocks wide and 2 blocks tall. That's pretty reasonable. You still need a 3rd block to kind of walk down and get in between the machines. But it's actually 3 tall because the MFSUs are underneath. But if we relocate those to the top, it looks like we're doing scrap on top and extraction on the bottom. Was there a reason for that? Was there a reason why we didn't just use the legit... I'm trying to remember back now if there was a genuine, legitimate reason why we had to configure it this way. Was the issue... I need Brashiat Cub here is what I need. I need to ask him. Was the issue that you had to insert scrap from the top or something ridiculous like that? It could have been something ridiculous like that, I guess. By the way, we're leaving all this up here. We're not moving this right now. What we're probably going to do is get all that set up down there and just pipe everything into the same colored ender chest, which is white, purple, purple. And we'll leave this up here for now, which does mean that we'll need to build new mass fabricators, but I don't think that'll be difficult. Yeah, everything we need for them is already being mass fabricated. We might even have advanced machine blocks being automatically fabricated. I mean, I know we are manufacturing all of the individual components. I'm just not sure off the top of my head. I cannot quite remember. Here they are. Yeah, right here, I'm pretty sure is it. Yeah, there you go. Quite a few of them. I don't know why these aren't stacked. Beautiful. I guess the best thing we can do is just start building. So let's do... There should be 8 of these. So we'll grab 8 of those, and we'll go ahead and build 8 mass fabricators. I do have some medium ones. That's right. I was going to donate these to the cause here. Oh, we ran out of medium ones inside of here. We had quite a few medium ones kind of backed up over time. Well, there's some extras. MFSUs, I think, are right here. Yes. So we'll get 8 of those. So we'll need 16 advanced machine blocks. I'm going to get everything we need together, and then we'll head out there and we'll make this. Okay. High voltage. Got ourselves the MFSU. We've got ourselves a mass fabricator that is already going. I didn't realize it was daytime. You do have full sunlight, so I see that now. Alright, yeah, that makes sense. So with that set up there, we can pipe things in from the top, but remember, there is still the question of whether or not we should be able to pipe in and extract from the top. I see no reason why we wouldn't be able to. That doesn't mean we can, though, necessarily. I'd like to think that we could, though. We'll find out. So I came down here, and I was trying to figure out what we needed to get the scrap metal running. And it's a compact recycler, some iron. It's not that difficult, but then I realized why, when instead I can just replace this with another ender chest. I will need to figure out which ones haven't already been locked down and are in use up here, but we can just use an ender chest, because this thing already, we have the issue of it making more than we need in terms of the scrap, so we just got to find an empty channel currently. Let's see. It's got to start with white, because it's on the ground floor. And then scrap, what does it look like? It's mostly gray. but I feel like all of the grays have already been taken. Let's have a look at our dyes. If I had to guess, I would say that every gray and gray adjacent setup we could possibly use, like white, gray, gray, that is taken. White, light gray, not taken. What about light gray, dark gray? Also not taken. Well, that's kind of the vibe. It's light gray and then dark gray. Unless it has been taken and whatever it was being used for is just currently empty. Like, this could be... So that's double light gray. That's good. Well, hold on. No, that's white, darker gray. What are you? You're white, dark gray, light gray. I mean, I suppose I'll find out. You know? We'll figure it out eventually. Hold on. So that's white, light gray, but that's not white, light gray, dark gray, which I've yet to find. I'll tell you what, I really should have taken the time to create some sort of a chart to keep track of which colors are in use and what they're doing, so I wouldn't have to run around the factory and make sure. But this seems to be safe. I've checked around and I don't see anything else using white, light gray, dark gray. So I think this is probably what we'll end up doing. And we are going to go ahead and break this chest here, and we're going to try to do it in such a way that we don't break whatever's behind it, but it looks like we definitely did. It's not my fault. It doesn't look like there was anything behind it, actually. I think we're good. The world is just super laggy, and I understand that part of that is because of what we just did, and the fact that there is so many items now floating around on the ground. But also, this area of the factory is just always laggy anyway. So there we go, there's all of those. And then what we can do is we'll have that chest from earlier, the one that we broke. Where is it at? Did we pick it up yet? I don't know. I need somewhere. You know what? You know what we're going to do? Listen, they're going to the bye-bye bag. Oh my gosh, is the bye-bye bag not fast enough for this? The bye-bye bag isn't fast enough. Huh? Why? What? Okay, no, so it turns out that the scrap's actually going into the side, and we're extracting from the top. What? We're gonna find out when we get down there. We're gonna figure it out when we get down there. We're hopefully. Alright, we'll just put that here, right? We'll just put that there, and we'll slap that on, and we will add in our quick sort module. Okay? I think. And then we want this to be configured for scrap metal. So, just drag it over. And we drop that in there. And then, theoretically, that should work. It isn't. Nuts as that would be, does it need to be inserted then from the side? And just for the sake of making this easy, I'm going to put down 2 new pipes and then just transfer these over, because that's the easiest thing in the world to do. There's no power on this network. I figured it out. We need a power junction, which is really, really easy to build. Can we just build one of those in here out of objects that are already in here? No, because it's missing planks. However, I, as a Minecraft gamer, know an awful lot about plankage, so that should be that simple now. Yeah, it actually was. Okay. So we need one more of these. We need one more of these. Put all of this, I don't know, on a wall or something. We'll figure it out. We're definitely going to need some other options for plugging it all in. Some basic and some unrouted, and there's literally no room for any of those things. So we'll have to get rid of maybe some lights. We'll toss those up there for now. And then we'll get some basic and we'll get some unrouted. Man, I don't know. What if we just did it like this? Hold on. No, wait. Hold on. We need that to face that way. I'm not an idiot. I've been doing this long enough to know that much. Then we just slap that on top. And then maybe we go take a nap, and in the morning that thing blows up? That thing can accept high voltage. Can't it? Can it? Wait a minute. I don't think that it can. Hold on. Didn't we accidentally blow one up not that long ago? Were we just like really close to doing something horrible? Wait a minute. Go back down to the factory. What did I do? I can't remember what went wrong. Also, didn't we determine it was better to power it off of an alternative? No. Wait, what did we... How did we figured out there was a way to cheese the power and make it super efficient? What was it? What are we doing over here? It's definitely making contact. Okay. All right. That's what we're doing. I remember now. We're going into a big electric flux generator, and then from there, yes, because the conversion rate from RF to LP is better than EU to LP, or something like that. Or actually, they're the same. It's 2 to 1 as opposed to 1 to 2. But I remember now, 512 EU is 1024 LP, but these output 4000 RF from 512 EU. Did I say 4,000? Yeah, and that comes out. It comes out to more. The math has been done in previous episodes. Okay. Flirting with danger out here right now. Flirting with danger. We need to build yet again another big electric. Didn't we build a bunch of big electric flux generators last time? Or was that my imagination? Not last time, but I mean, the last time we had to build these. Am I crazy? Do I just remember that wrong for some reason? I guess I do. Ah! There is one ready to go in here, which means that all these things that I grabbed to build a new one with are kind of useless. We'll just leave those behind. But we do have one now. So we'll head back down into the basement, and we'll have another go at setting all of this up in a way that hopefully doesn't blow up this time, because that would be less than ideal. We really don't want it to all blow up. Also, I'm doing it over here. Should we do it in the middle? Does that make more sense? If this is going to be what powers the whole thing. I know we talked about having the middle be the one area you can walk through, so maybe we don't want it to be cluttered up with stuff. But also, this could all change over time anyway, so I'll tell you what we'll do. I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll grab some basalt, okay? We'll go up 1, 2, 3, 4. That ought to be good enough, okay? And then we'll build it on top of this thing, and then later we'll figure it out. At least then you can still walk underneath it, okay? So, solar panel, MFSU. Oh, but here's the issue. If we plop this thing down next to it, it might draw power directly from that, which would still cause it to blow up. So, we better actually put it on top of here. Makes more sense. Yeah? Yeah! Makes way more sense what we're doing right now. This can all be changed later. There's no reason to worry about it, me. I'm saying this to myself because I'm going to overthink this and accomplish nothing if I don't just start doing things, okay? So face that downwards and then force it back up. And now when we go to bed and wake up, we should be getting what we're looking for here and not blowing things up. It'd be really funny if as soon as we got out of bed we just heard kaboom, but we didn't, so there we go. That's what would have happened earlier if I hadn't, thought about it. It's full sunlight, nothing in there because it's all going into here. There we go. All right, so that's just there, and if we want to make it a bit more symmetrical, we can add another solar panel, and that solar panel will directly go into the big battery, and then this solar panel will fill up the MFSU, so at night we're still generating. It's silly and unnecessary, but I like to think about these sorts of things. Can I connect up to here with this? I think not. I think that you need a basic. So I'm going to go ahead and start with that, like I know what I'm doing, okay? And then we're going to carry this way. And we'll tap in right there. So now we've got power. And what we'd like to see happen, if I set all this back up, I don't remember, but we would like to see scrap metal come out of here, is the ideal thing that we would see. That doesn't mean we will, though. Just because it's the best thing that we could possibly experience, that doesn't mean the game's going to give it to us. You are set up to do scrap metal. Why do you hate me? What happened? Did you wake up in the morning and choose violence? What was the purpose? What happened? What was the cause? We're gonna do this again. Okay, we're gonna do the exact same thing we did before here, and we'll hook them together with an unrouted pipe. That'll be fine. And then you need to be set up as before with scrap. Wait, was that this one? Scrap metal. You know what? I'm not even sure if I care. I'm not even really sure if I care all that much. That's fine. Now we're going to do a little bit of an experiment and find out whether or not we can extract from the same side, because that might make things at least a little bit simpler. Or, you know what, we'll just extract from the top, and then we'll have the UU matter chest be on top of this chest. Yeah, never mind, I've changed my mind. In that case, we really don't need these. We need the buy one versions of these. the tier 1 chassis, whatever they're called. You know what I'm getting at. Logistics chassis MK1. There we go. 19 of them is a bit of an arbitrary number that I plucked out of a hat just as I was clicking buttons. There is no hat. If you thought there was an actual, literal, genuine hat, you're wrong and a bad person. You're not necessarily a bad... Well, I mean, all have sinned and fallen short of the glory of God. Now, wait a minute. Now, wait just a minute. Now, hold on. Now, hold on. Now, wait just a minute. Oh, there we go. I was gonna say, I'm stacking these out, and they're not going. I'm stacking these out, and they're not going. That is a sentence that I just said that has no rhyme or reason to it. It's completely illogical. Apologize for nothing. Boop. 2, 3, 4. There we go. So those should all be getting scrap now, which actually, what does the scrap do? Does it make it faster, or does it make it use... It's definitely faster. Objectively, it is going much faster now. I thought maybe it might, like, have it use less power. So if we want to fill those up, which was sort of, you know, the idea that we would have excess power, what we need to do is get some power, kind of slowly trickle charging these MFSUs. So we'll need to run a cable behind them, I guess. Or we elevate all the solar panels up one and run a cable between them all, and then we'll just have some extra ones somewhere that'll like slowly trickle charge those so they keep running at night. We'll see whether or not we end up doing that. For right now, let's finish getting this thing set up. So we're going to need more of these quick sort modules. First off, we're going to need one more, and then we also need another item sink. Oh. And we're going to need an additional ender chest, which has just reoccurred to me, because that was the whole purpose of this, was to get the UU matter upstairs here. So we know we have more of those, plenty of those right here. And I think I said I needed one more of these, And what are you supposed to be set to? I think it's white, purple, purple. Let's go ahead. We'll set it up downstairs. I can remember that. I can definitely remember that. This, though, needs to be set up with UU matter. It's funny opening these up and seeing what they used to be used for. I wonder how they feel, having been, like, abandoned inside of a chest for so long, finally being plucked back out of obscurity and being, you know, put back to good use. It must be refreshing to know that, you know, your life's purpose is, it's back on. You know, you're going again. What we got here? Purple? Purple, purple? And I did just realize that one of the problems with what I've done here is that this can't be used on 2 blocks at once, so we can't actually put this on top of this one the way that I had initially hoped. But what we could do, you know what, alternative. We can put it on the other side. At the end of all this, we can put it right here. And eventually it'll be down here at the end. Well, you know what, we can go ahead and put it down there at the end. There's no reason not to. So this one is kind of placed like so. So this one will be placed kind of like... Actually, I did not pay attention to how that was. Okay, the 2-2 and then the chest. I got you. The 2-2, of course, being what the ballerina wears. So 2-2... In line with that. There we go. Yeah, so there's still a gap behind it. Why was that difficult to figure out? I don't know. Alright, there we are. Plop that on there. Excuse me, I say plop that on there. And then we'll link all of these up. There we go. This is set to UU matter. It has some UU matter. We'll plug that in, and then it's just a matter of feeding all of these and not holding down shift, because that is going to cause problems for us. But as we click our way through here, and we get one of those in each of these, we'll see that this slowly starts to fill up with UU matter that then immediately vanishes. So I think I want to go ahead and definitely finish this lineup. So we're going to need 1, 2... Hold on. These are easier to tell. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 more to finish this lineup. So that's 6 more solar panels, 6 more MFSUs, and 6 more mass fabricators. There we go. I know that I said we would need 6 more mass fabricators, 6 more MFSUs, and 6 more high-voltage solar arrays. And like that was all we were going to need, but we also needed, of course, 6 more quicksort modules, 6 more item sinks, and 12 more logistics chassis MK1s. But now that we've got all of those, we can go to bed. And see, this is why we either need to get the advanced solar panels or whatever they're called, these, ultimate hybrid solar panel, because it produces energy at night as well, although it doesn't say that. And we know that it does. We know that that is what it does. I don't know how to get it to come up and tell me that, but that is what happens when you have one, which is really handy. Or just get more solar panels down here so that we can start charging these up. And that is definitely an option too. But what we should have now is all of these should have scrap. All of these have scrap. All of these are running. And obviously it's going to consume the UU matter as soon as it's made. But we've more than doubled the output, which is definitely something to get started on, right? It's something to talk about. You know what we could do is we could raise these solar panels up a level, and then we could have the wire come through and then tie that back into the main grid, and have the main grid with its charge provide power overnight. And that would be fine, because the limiting factor right now is the amount of power we can extract from the PESU. But if these are hooked up directly, then it'll get power from these directly, and then at night divert to the PESU maybe. Or we can just do what I said earlier. We can add some solar panels along the top here, maybe like into these grooves, and then just have a single cable that kind of comes down and hooks into here. Maybe. Alternatively, we could put them here in the middle. You know, we already have this monstrosity coming out here. So we could have solar panels grouped up in the middle here, maybe 6 of them. Is that going to be enough, though, to charge these things up? I don't know. Okay. So here's a fun, wacky question for everybody. Before, I had the high-voltage solar panels right on top of the MFSUs, and the MFSUs were not charging up. They were dumping 100% of their power into their mass fabricators. But now that we've set them up like this, and what I've done is I've put a gap in between, so it's not like a weird crisscross mesh of cables. They come out of there, they go down this one. This works. Remember, you can hold a limit of 512 EU per tick per packet, an infinite number of packets. So what we've got here is 14 individual packets, totaling up to, let's see, 7,168 EU per tick traveling through here. My question is, we are now somehow, though, managing to fill up one of these, 2 of these, 3 of these, 4 of these, 5 of these, 6 of these. The first 6 of these are filling up. And presumably once they're full, it'll go on down the line to fill up the rest of them. Why wasn't it doing that before? What's changed? Granted, I haven't checked to see whether or not the scrap made a difference in power consumption. It might. If that's the case, that explains where we're getting the extra from. Hold on, mass fabricator. Let's read up about this thing. Simply said, amplifier makes the mass fabricator run 6 times as fast as without amplifier with the same energy input. You know what? What we're going to do right now is just accept that this is working, and then also we need to delete all of the excess that's being produced here. Okay, so I got this set up here. You know how it works. That's just to deal with the problem of excess scrap popping out. Pretty basic setup there. And if I use the wrench, I could show you. Item sync, default route. Should be fine. And I was thinking earlier, it's getting dark now, and I thought, man, these are going to stop running, but these down here won't because they have charge. And then I thought, wait a minute, wouldn't it have made more sense if I'd had these stay directly up against here, or have a gap between them, because apparently that makes some kind of difference, but then have cables coming out the bottom so that all of these can pull their charge, but then I decided I didn't care. So thank you folks for watching. God bless you, and I'll see you all later. Goodbye and Merry Christmas!